Ged, welcome back.
Thank you kindly. It's good to be here.
The voice is back. Vocal
Voice is
cords look
back.
strong. Or
Thank you.
sound strong, I should say.
Yeah, it was a long week, but I'm pretty much 95% there,
That's
which
good.
is good because I got a lot to talk about in this
Yeah.
incredibly riveting episode of Bad Batch.
I almost wasn't here.
What do you mean?
Thanks to YouTube.
Oh boy. Okay, you know what? I mean, I'm sure me, you, and the 12,000 people that follow you want to hear it. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to just go ahead and have your bitch session. And then we're going to pack that away in a suitcase. We're going to move on with this.
No, I'm going to play it diplomatically. Is that a word?
Yeah. Diplomatically. Yep.
If people want to know more, that's fine. But I'll just give you the Coles note. So my channel was demonetized on Monday. YouTube claimed that a significant portion of my content is reused content.
Mm-hmm.
And right in their policy, they describe the way you can actually use reused content. And to use reused content, you must change it from the original content, whether you're giving it a funny spin, changing the story or direction of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they sum up what's allowed, and they explicitly say reused content is allowed given these things. And they end it with the viewer should be able to identify or shouldn't be essentially confused as to what is your content and what is the original content. So basically, the viewer needs to be able to tell the difference between your content and what is actually, in my case, Disney Star Wars content.
So if you were really, really good at clipping together content, there is a possibility that somebody who didn't know any better could confuse your content for the original.
Yeah, but I would say anyone who's followed my channel realize that any edits I do, you cannot tell a significant. I mean, Star Wars fans know that my content is not copy and pasted out of the show. I guess is what I'm saying. There's a lot more added to it. So I appealed said decision, claiming I thought, maybe the person was not familiar with the content I was using. And to them, it may have looked like I was just literally copy and pasting.
Yeah.
And I filmed my 5-minute appeal, and my appeal was denied. So
that is news to me.
Yeah, so I had a decision. It was either wait 30 days, delete a bunch of stuff off my channel, and reapply for the YouTube Partner Program.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as you can tell, I was probably bitter. When I'm normally calm, cool, and collected. When something I feel is like not fair happening to me or taken away from me, that's when it's like a dog with a bone. Like I can't let it go. I was just seething like rage all day long. I couldn't even do my job. So that's why I filmed my appeal video right away. And then I'm like, how else? Like they rejected my appeal. So like the person didn't either understand my appeal in the way I explained or not. So I was like, what else can I do? And I reached out to YouTube creator support, which is basically just a live chat. And every time I've dealt with them, they more or less just copy and paste something from the YouTube policy that I could have found in like 5 minutes on my own. So it was a Hail Mary shot in the dark. And the person I was talking to was very helpful. And he took my concerns and questions, submitted it to, his team of experts behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And then last night I got an email being, bam, you welcome back to the YouTube Partner Program.
So you're back.
But then he personally emailed me and just said, just thanks for the information. Just want to know we're still working on it. So I don't know if I'm fully back or if they're still looking at things, but so far right now, it looks like I'm back. So again, I won't say anything negative because they fixed it so far. We'll see what happens in a couple of days, but couldn't have been happier today. Couldn't have been happier.
I mean, that's good news because on Monday, I thought I was going to have to call and put you on 24-hour surveillance.
Well, just when you work for 3 years at something, like you put a lot of work into it, like regardless of how big a channel is and stuff like that, or how much money a channel makes. It's pretty disheartening when with literally the quick click of a button, someone could take it all away just like that, right? So it was a shock to the system, but the right decision hopefully has prevailed, and we can move forward.
All right,
and we can move forward with the mediocre batch.
Okay, so let's talk about the mediocre batch. I gotta tell you, and I know you have stuff for to go, but I need just
Yeah,
20 seconds here. There was a moment in this episode I thought, finally,
let's
like
hear it.
when they entered what they thought to be that cave,
Yeah,
and I saw the mural on the floor, I instantly had flashbacks to Jedi Prime because there's a mural on the floor in
no, the
uh,
Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi, which to me would have meant that they had found one of the first Jedi temples. And I thought they had an Easter egg, and they were going to talk about the heart of the mountain, and we were going to see some kyber crystals, and there was going to be this ode to the ancients. And
I thought
God
I
damn,
thought 100% the heart of the mountain was going to be either a kyber crystal or some sort of like ancient lightsaber.
100%
100%. I was like, it's
from
happening, and it's going to be
from
some.
Jedi Prime. It's
But I
going
was
to
going to be
be
like, well, I'm like, it
oh,
might even be some Easter egg from some Jedi or Sith from Legends. I'm like, it's going to be something, a sweet little hat on, and then I'm like, that. Then I'm going to be back in. I'm going to be
I'm in.
finally
That's
back in
all I
and
needed.
invested.
And when
Yeah.
they got into the room and they saw the muraling, I was like, yes. There was something that it reminded me of Rebels when they go to one of the old Jedi temples, and it's where Kanan speaks to Yoda. I'm sorry, he
Uh,
speaks to one of the old Jedi masters in there, and it's
yeah. Ezra
there.
speaks to Yoda. Kanan speaks to. Well, Kanan does that thing with the Grand Inquisitor as the Temple Guard. Does he speak to someone else? I can't remember. But anyways, go on.
Anyway, it was so familiar. I'm like, they're in a Jedi temple. They're gonna find like Jedi Prime's lightsaber. Finally, and God, fuck, like, why?
Do you even know what this episode was like about? Like
They're
on
bored because nothing's going on, and they met some
yeah.
random person named Fee, and um,
Yeah, so they go
they get convinced to
pirate
go on a
hunting
treasure
with
hunt.
some random person, and then they're talking like, "Oh, like I think it's Hunter Echo who says when she says it's old, and he's like, "Oh, like for the Jedi," and she's like, "No, it's ancient. The legend of the Sakar Nal." I don't know. You have to let me know in the comments if Sakar Nal is supposed to tie into something
God, I hope
that
it does.
I'm just missing. But other than that, like they just literally made up like I don't know. It felt like I was watching like a low grade version of like the Goonies or something, but like
Yeah.
worse.
All that because Omega gets talked into going somewhere by somebody who literally at the beginning of the episode they say
Yeah.
this person's stories change all the time.
Like what was the
And
point of
it's like
that
we
of
want to love this show. The first
yeah.
season was so good. I don't think it has anything to do with Andor or that we've been spoiled by anything. Like we want to so badly.
Yeah.
But we are 5 episodes in. I've seen Crosshair for all of 8 minutes. Like
Yeah.
why are we avoiding the story?
None
Why?
no Camino cloning stuff at all yet.
Nothing. Which we were
Um
so pumped about at
yeah.
the end.
Like what
Like
was the point
why?
of and like literally what was the point of the planet killing machine that they accidentally activated?
Nothing.
Like what's the point of it?
0.
Like they're like if I want to flip this around, and again, everyone, I'm not trying to be super negative. Like we love Star Wars, but
Love
like
it.
this season, the Bad Batch has been a bit
I like The
slow.
Last
It's been a
Jedi.
really struggle.
That's how much I love Star Wars. I'll
Yes.
watch Jar Jar Binks if it's on TV. Like you cannot
Yeah.
get a less biased Star Wars fan on the
Yeah.
planet than me. For the love of sweet 6-pound, 4-ounce baby Jesus,
Yeah.
please connect something for me.
And like I've kind of felt, I think we felt kind of similar ways when they started kind of the treasure hunt. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit different. It's not a mission for Sid, and they find something ancient. Same thing in my mind. I'm like, okay, this might be a cool little episode. And then it was just nothing they did had
Nothing.
any greater purpose or point other than I guess there's some ancient civilization long before the Jedi and Sith that had some crazy war machines, but they just destroyed it and just left without, like, I don't know. It was, I just,
Even the unmarked planets. I'm like, the last unmarked planet I knew was Camino because of Lord Sci-Fi Diaz. Like,
yeah.
here I am thinking, all right,
Well, from
nothing.
Dooku from Tales of the Jedi, we know now for absolutely.
Absolutely.
Dooku deleted it.
Dooku.
But yeah, like I don't know, like there was, it was again, we've talked about this almost every episode. The Dooku episode, they had a chance to do some cool stuff with this castle, palace, whatever you want to call it.
Big
Did
time.
nothing.
Zero.
Just literally just coins. That's all he had.
Yep.
We've gotten, you weren't here for last week's, but last week's was pretty underwhelming as well for me.
Yep.
It was like there has been no greater storyline tie-in on anything, and there's just hasn't really been a whole lot interesting in these one-off adventures. Like Mando has a lot of one-off adventures, but Mando's one-off adventures are very interesting
awesome.
and good.
And there's a lot of tie-in to the Death Watch, to like the old ways of Mandalore. Like we got to see a Night of 1,000 Bombs or whatever it's called. Like we have seen some incredible. Right? What is it?
A Night of 1,000 Tears? Is that what it was when they destroyed
we've
Mandalore?
Seen so many great things. You know what we've seen this season? Nothing. The coolest thing we've seen is Cody defects. They could have skipped the goddamn treasure hunt, and I would have followed Cody for 28 minutes as he swam through a swamp to try and find friends. I would have been cool with that. He could have gone through some flashbacks. He could have been talking to himself, going crazy about the good old days. I would have watched that happily. Give me more of that.
Honestly, I think too, like Cody has completely disappeared. Like we get the cliffhanger, he's gone. Well, let's just go on some more one-off adventures. And like, again, yes, you're gonna have one-off adventures with how many episodes a season is, but I felt there. Well, to sum it up, I believe you and me felt there was a lot of opportunity to do something neat, and really, they just found a machine that could have had some cool explanations why it's there. Who was created it? Could they have used it for some purpose in the future? But no, it was activated, immediately destroyed. The most enticing part of the entire episode was the poor droid getting annihilated.
Yeah.
But then they just gloss over that. I download his memory. I'll just rebuild them. It wasn't a loss.
To me, it's backward. Normally, you plug something in to keep it at bay. You plug something in to activate it. They unplugged it and it became activated. What kind of a stupid system is that?
Yeah.
Like normally, I'm going to fire this thing up and jam that thing, I'm going to twist it. Lights are going to blink. Things are going to flash. Everything's going to be amazing. No, not this. I'm going to take it out.
Like they could have stuck that compass in at the end, and then it fired up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, did that compass kind of remind you a little bit of the dagger from Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah. So many possibilities for Jedi or Sith legend here.
And I think the dagger was pretty silly, and but hey, it is what it is. I was lost, and like the inside too is all rock structures and stuff like that, and then automatically it's this stainless steel machine. I don't know. It was. I really
thought I was going to see Jedi Prime on that floor.
Yeah, I'm one of the most.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm one of the most optimistic people on all things Star Wars, but I don't know why I'm struggling with this first part of Bad Batch.
Oh, I can tell you why. It's not good.
Let me know in the comments. I want to know, like, are people are we off base, or is there
maybe the legend of San Khan or whatever it is, like Nyan Kern or Popcorn or whatever it's called.
I got
maybe that's maybe that's a big thing.
Sakaranal. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that is a thing. But like, I was intrigued when they said no, it's ancient. Like, what do you mean? There wasn't ancient power or something like that, and it turns this. It literally just might be a pirate legend.
Yeah. Like, cool. I'm watching the animated Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Sweet.
Which we're never going to hear from again.
Yeah, it won't matter. Yeah, it's never going to hear about it.
Yeah. So
okay, that's it. I've got nothing.
Yeah.
I don't even want to rate this.
Yeah, what's your rating?
So bummed.
Give me your rating.
6.2.
6.2.
Yeah, only because I can't bear the thought of letting it dwindle to the 5s. But it's
Yeah, like 16 episodes was season 1. Like they got to pick it up here. We're 5 episodes in and we've seen nothing.
and our highest rating might be 6.8.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
6.2.
I did 7. I think I was 7.5 on the Crosshair episode, just because I was so
Oh, that's
happy just to
fair.
see Crosshair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know, 6.8. Like
Okay.
again, it had a couple cool things I thought could have been a lot cooler, but
Yeah.
I feel like they dropped the ball on a lot of that.
Yeah, and as you say in the comments, if you guys are watching this, if we have missed something with the Legend of Sand Khan or Khan or Kong Kang, and there is some
King Kong
crazy
ain't got nothing on me.
like if there's something we've missed, then please let us know. Like we are humble guys if we miss
Yeah.
something here. But I mean, the opportunity to tie something amazingly Star Wars into this, to me, would just felt like it was missed. I'm sure there's a grand plan. I'm sure Dave
Yeah.
Filoni's got this up his sleeve, and he's just sitting there biding his time. And episodes 10 to 16 are going to blow our world. I hope that that's the case.
Yeah.
That all of these things come around.
Like they've been treasure hunting twice now in 5 episodes and have come back with 0 items and
Nothing.
0 substance of importance.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
like nothing. Nothing has been contributed to the overall plot. To the like, there's been no character development on these
Nothing.
missions either. Like, there's just nothing going on,
Nope. Nothing.
which is too bad. But hey, hopefully things get turned around here. Maybe they want to bore us on purpose to really, throttle home the excitement.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, we've spent 17 too many minutes talking about this episode.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right. Peace out, everybody.